think all the stuff about the match 2 days ago somehow is a bit of a distraction from what happened today, or a bit of a letdown?
You mean from my previous match?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But you might not play well every day. I feel like I don't have that consistency to maybe expect to play well every match, and today I definitely played a bit less well.
How did you deal with that very long timeout in the early second set when she fell? That was they were on for I think over 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was very long. The umpire said she had like 4 different places where there was something, and technically each one could be its own timeout. So I was like, okay, we can be here for half an hour. I mean, it was unfortunate that she fell. Yeah, those things happen. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely not any reason why I lost. She's a tough player to play. She makes it frustrating for you out there, and I definitely felt that.
Speaking of falling, Jean, excuse me if I could ask, but what is the status on your legal case with the U.S. Open?
It's ongoing.
So no settlement as yet?
I mean, I'm not going to comment about it, but it's ongoing.
How do you feel, Jeannie, your game is at? I mean, you've made a couple finals this year, and I mean, you go out early here, but just in terms of where you were at this time last year compared to right now.
I definitely feel like I've made strides this year. I've taken steps in the right direction. I feel better about my game, whether the results come right away or not. I know I'm playing better and better, so I still have to be positive. It's a very long road back to the top, especially after being out a couple months from injury. So, I mean, in all honesty, when I started the year, I didn't expect to win a match until April. I had no idea what to expect. So I'm doing better than I expected, and just got to keep improving and keep going. I played a tough opponent today. No reason to be depressed.
So the travel and everything, playing in Qatar and then playing Malaysia, coming here, did that have any effect at all? Like already 3 matches here as well?
Yeah, I mean, there are no excuses, but it's definitely a tough turnaround. I definitely want hopefully 2 days off. I'll negotiate with my coach. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. I made finals, so I can't complain. But I've played a lot of tennis in the past 2-3 weeks, so I'm excited to go home and take a couple days off.
You had Thomas Hochstead out towards the end of the first set, and then you didn't have him back, and obviously in the third set you weren't playing too well. Did you think about having him out again?
No, I didn't really think about it. I don't know why. Maybe because I had him out for so long in the beginning of the second. I was like, enough for the match. We were almost practicing out there. It was kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, he was telling me I was hitting too much to her backhand, and I definitely think I did that again in the third set too much. But going to her forehand, she would give me some slices that were hard to deal with. So sometimes I felt like I had no option, and that's what you get when you face a good player.
Last year, one of your struggles was to find the right balance between the training blocks and playing tournaments. How do you think to do it from that point of view this year with the new setup, a new team?
Well, when I started the year, I wanted to play a lot of tournaments to get a lot of matches because I felt like, I hadn't played a lot in the last couple months of 2015 and in all of 2015 in general. But we realized I had a shortened off season because of my injury. So we took a month, almost all of February, to kind of do more kind of off-season training. It was kind of a training block, and I think that was a good decision. I feel like I improved a lot of areas of my game. And so now I've played a lot recently, so, I think I'm doing the right thing, and just got to keep going.
You must be aware that last year here was the start of bad times for you. So does it make
Thanks for the reminder.
Does it make you kind of feel good that it's almost everything's a bonus now for the next few months?
I try not to think too much about points and last year in general. I'm over, analyzing all the horrible things that happened last year. So I'm just looking forward to really taking it 1 week at a time, especially, like I said, since I started the year, I really had no expectations. So, I could not even look forward to anything. So 1 week at a time is really how I'm doing it. I feel like, I've made good steps this year, like I said. So just want to train a little bit, get ready for a great tournament in Miami, and keep going.
Do you often
Not often. Yeah, it's an honor to have such a legend support me. You know, it's really special. I'm so happy he came out again today. Him and his family are so supportive of me, so it's really nice to have that.
Do you ever talk about the psychology of sport with him? Because he's somebody that, you know, that started out great and never seemed to waver. You know, does he have anything to offer in terms of, you know, just helping with the psychological part of sport?
Yeah, well, of course, he's such a legend. I hit with his daughter yesterday a little bit, and we were talking after about tennis and hockey and everything. And, you know, it's interesting to hear his words, and I kind of just try to absorb every word he says and, you know, take it like it's coming from God almost. Because in our country, that's what he is. But yeah, just to hear him talk about his career a little bit is so interesting, and yeah, it's a great friend to have.
As a Canadian and as a tennis player, would you take the grace of Gretzky on ice or Roger on the tennis court?
I don't know if I can pick one over the other because they're both, you know, so great in their own field. I mean, I'd take a bit of both. It's an unanswerable question.
Is it sort of interesting to you to see how, as elite athletes in their sports, they both just play the game with such, I don't know, a flow and balance?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I look at Roger, who I can relate to a bit more on the court. You know, the way he's so fluid and relaxed almost when he plays is really amazing to see. And I think it's also important in an injury sense because, you know, throughout his career, knock on wood, he's barely been injured. So I think it's due to partly his playing style. He's just so, you know, relaxed. I need to work on that.